Alright, so we had some leftover steak inside the house, so I figured why not go ahead and make some steak nachos. So what we'll go ahead and do is slice this beautiful steak up. Look at the sear lines on it. Isn't that pretty? What you're going to do is slice the steak as thin or as thick as you would like for it to be. Make it all your own. Do what you like to do. After you finish dicing it all up, next you're going to hit it with some garlic powder. Then some ground cumin. With some paprika. Put some cayenne pepper for a little more caliente in you. And mix all those seasonings in there. Heat it up inside the microwave for roughly about 1.5 minutes. And then we go ahead and plate up our on the border nachos. Plate those bad boys up. And hit it with some queso, mild cheddar. Yes, ma'am. And sprinkle your heated and seasoned steak on top of those nachos. Then put some more mild cheddar on top of that. Hit it with some onion powder right here. And then what you do next is hit it with this beautiful sour cream. And then hit it with some Tabasco sauce. And feast your eyes on these beautiful nachos. Enjoy. Alright, so I made these turkey wings on Sunday. They were really good. And they're pretty too, aren't they? But if you're anything like me, you don't like things the same way twice. What to do with them? Let's make jerk turkey. Yeah, let's jerk it. So first things first, we're going to need this right here. Some wonderful Walker's Woods jerk seasoning. It's the best, I promise. Normally I'll make my own jerk, but I figured, let's use that. Then you hit it with some extra virgin olive oil, about 1/4 cup of that. You'll also need 1 yellow onion. Yes, ma'am. And you'll need some thyme leaves or some fresh thyme. And you'll also need all the drippings from your turkey wings. Don't throw that away. You need that because that's that extra flavor. That's that extra slap. So let's go ahead and take the skin off of these turkey wings. And after you do that, tear them apart. Take all the meat off. Throw away the bones. That's what you want to do. Then go ahead and just cut them. Maybe once or twice. Or as thin as you like. To each its own. Then you'll slice up your onion. Slice it up kind of thin. That's how I like mine. You go ahead and toss them inside that beautiful skillet along with that 1/4 cup of olive oil. Make sure it's piping hot. Sweat them with a little bit of salt to bring out that extra oniony flavor. Then hit it with those thyme leaves. Mix all that in there. Then hit it with the drippings from your turkey wings. Oh, yeah. And throw in that jerk seasoning. Paya! Go ahead and let it come to a nice simmer. Make sure you turn it over. And it'll come out something beautiful just like this. Here is your turkey wings turned and transformed into this beautiful, wonderful, succulent jerk turkey. Enjoy. Yeah, man. So I had a taste for a tuna melt. I figured I'd show you guys how to make that. It's very simple, but it's very savory. A savory tuna melt? Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to first and foremost need Hellmann's. When you bring out Hellmann's, you bring out the best. Use a tablespoon of that. And sprinkle in some Morton salt to your own liking. Then you'll hit it with this right here, this wonderful garlic powder. Garlic makes everything better. Sprinkle some of that in there. Then you'll go ahead and sprinkle in your onion powder. Unless you want to use fresh onions, sprinkle some of that in there. Then you'll hit it with some ground black pepper. Sprinkle some of that in there as well. Now hit it with that sweet relish. Oh yeah, it goes great inside of a tuna melt. Combine all of those wonderful flavors together. Then you'll pull out your Kraft singles. Oh, yeah. Put that on top of that good old honey wheat bread. I like honey wheat with mine. And then next, you can go ahead and start loading up your tuna melt sandwich. Fill it as much as you like. Some like it overflowing. So close it and then put some of that Hellmann's mayonnaise on the outside. You don't have to use butter in this because the Hellmann's toast it beautifully. I promise. While that side is toasting, go ahead and hit the other side with a little bit of mayonnaise, just like this right here. Smooth it all out, flip it on over, and it'll look pretty just like this. Oh, man, browned and not burnt. So your tuna melt is done. Only thing left to do is cut it right on open and behold the beauty that we've made in our wonderful savory tuna melt. Would you look at that? Enjoy. So I had some sweet potatoes inside the house, and I'm like, man, I don't want these to go to waste. First things first, we're going to go ahead and slice up our sweet potatoes. Let's do that. And fry these bad boys up. They won't take that long to cook. So as you can see, the straws are in there now. They're just about done. They only take a few seconds to like maybe, I say about a minute. Yeah, not a few seconds, about a minute. Would you look at that? Look here. So here you got your slices. They done turn into kettle chips. And we got our straws, which turn into a whole haystack. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of salt, garlic powder, a little bit of black pepper, cinnamon, nutmeg, cheese. Trap that right here, sprinkle that all here. Sprinkle that right there. So we're gonna put this here, throw it inside the oven for about a good 10-15 minutes, just until it melts, and then I'll show you how to make that sauce. So what you're going to do is you're going to get you some Tabasco, get you some Aunt Jemima's or any type of maple syrup, put about a quarter cup or a half cup of maple syrup, and about a whole bunch of Tabasco sauce, less or more depending on your own flavor and your heat resistance. If you can handle the heat, that's great. If you can't handle the heat, use less Tabasco sauce. Oh yeah, I think this is it. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's it. All right, so that's how you make your sauce. Look at that. I'll put this on top of some paper towel, throw inside the oven with some cheese and some spices on it. You ain't had nothing like this. I'm telling you, this is the best. Look at that. Oh, that's a beautiful haystack. So we're gonna call it a sweet potato haystack. That sauce that we made. Drizzle that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Can't you hear it singing to you? Wow. Wow. We can close our seasoning cabinet because we're officially done. I'm going to show you how to make a PB&J sandwich, but a fried PB&J. You will need 4 slices of bread, Jif peanut butter, Smucker's grape jelly. We're going to use some Hungry Jack, Crisco. All right, so you have already followed the instructions on your Hungry Jack or your Aunt Jemima's or whatever generic brand of pancake mix that you have that made here. And we'll just go ahead and start spreading our filling on them. So let's go ahead and load this bad boy up. Right in the center of the bread, you can spread it out or you can leave it as is. So I'm going to cut those edges off. Clamp that closed, I just press it. Just close that, cut that off. Cut that off. Clamp this closed. So as you can see, our grease is all hot. And we're going to fry these very quickly because they don't take long to cook. Take about maybe a minute to a minute and a half to cook. You throw it right inside that grease, just like this. When I have enough oil inside it to make sure that it's submerged, take it out, drain it. Here is your fried PB&J. Oh man. Gonna dip it inside that jelly. See what this is. That is good. That's good stuff. Real good. So take this pork chop and turn it into barbecue pork. You know that you're going to need these right here. These wonderful, beautifully fried pork chops. Need a medium-sized yellow onion. Need 1 green bell pepper. Your santoku knife. Need a good old cast iron skillet. You know it couldn't be nothing without her. You know, I think you need it like that. Have a foundation to cook. Right now we can go ahead and get started with this pork chop. Let's scrape all that breading off of it. Ain't nothing better than a revamped meal, I tell you, boy. And now let's make our barbecue sauce. You're also gonna need you a good old whisk, some Heinz tomato ketchup, some Frank's red hot sauce. I put that on everything. Some yellow mustard, distilled vinegar. Yeah. Some Domino dark brown sugar, a little bit of dry basil. You'll need about a teaspoon of onion powder, just a dash of nutmeg, a little bit of ground cinnamon, about 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, Spanish style paprika, Morton salt, roughly about a half teaspoon of that. We are going to cook this until it thickens. Then you go ahead and throw in that wonderful, beautiful chopped up pork in there. Pull up that wonderful pork chop, throw that in there. Look at this. Your homemade barbecue sauce. You hear that skillet singing to you? Oh yeah, good stuff. Got 2 beautiful plantains right here. And cut them just like this. It's a 1/4 inch through. See this? That's how you peel it. Let's cut these on the bias, all right? The darker the sweet. Now let's go ahead and drop our plantains in there. We're gonna let them brown on each side. Okay, your plantains are done. Let's go ahead and plate this bad boy up. I'm hungry. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, ma'ams and sirs, Mr. and Mrs. Little boy, little girl, here is your barbecue pork revamped. It was pork chop, now it's barbecue pork. All right, so here you have a wonderful rotisserie chicken. We got it from Stop and Shop. Pretty, isn't it? The thing I love about chicken is that it has so much versatility. Even though you have a rotisserie chicken, you can always turn it into something wonderful, something different. You can turn it into barbecue, you can grill it, you can turn it into a stew, you can make a pot pie. But I did this right here, chicken salad. Yes, ma'am.